Hi everyone, Brian here with JB Industries. Just wanted to announce a really cool update that happened with the Climate Class tools this week. The ability to do a couple really neat things. One is with your mapping now, you can see right here, high pressure. The mapping now matches the display on your screen of your tool, as well as in the JB Go V2 app. And if you're a Measure Quick user, it will also reflect there as well. There's also another exciting feature that got released is the ability to remotely turn off your tools after you're done the job, put them in sleep mode to save battery life, remotely wake your tools up, or set a timer as far as up to 10 hours to auto shut off your tools. Again, a new setting once you do your firmware app update. So there's the JB Climate Class firmware update. You want to make sure you go in there. I'll have a quick video on that, on how to do that. Make sure you get the latest firmware update in your tools. It takes only a few minutes. Hope you enjoy it. This is an industry exclusive for JB. So it does work in the JB Go V2 app, as I explained, and also in Measure Quick. So if you're a Measure Quick user, you're going to have a very similar experience there as well. In order to take advantage of the new features that were built into the JB Climate Class probes, we first need to turn on all of our probes, as you can see here. And the next thing you'll need to do is make sure that you have the JB firmware app downloaded on your device. This firmware app you'll use every once in a while when there's an important update to the tools. And this is a way to make sure that you get all those great features, especially like the ones built in this week. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. I have all my tools on. I'm going to turn on my vacuum gauge or micron gauge here and show you how you add a tool. I've already added the other ones, but I'm going to click this red button here and you'll see it'll select the tool because it'll see that it's on and it hasn't been added to the list yet. So I'm going to click this button now. And that's going to pull that in right into our listing. So it's going to connect to the device. And you'll see vacuum gauge right there. Very simple. And then we're going to want to take one next step and go through each one and update to the new firmware. As you can see, it goes from 1.1.03 to 1.1.05. So I'm just going to simply hit OK there. And I'm going to go through and make sure that each tool is updated with the firmware. So you'll just go through this with your tools and everything will be ready to go to use the great features in the JB Go version 2 app, which I'll show you here next. Okay, now that we got the firmware update done on the Climate Class probes, one thing I want to point out is there's new nomenclature mapping when you add them in JB Go V2 app, where you can see this is liquid line, suction line, supply air, return air, high pressure, low pressure, supply pressure, return pressure for your static pressure probes. They all match your nomenclature in the JB Go V2 app as well. Now, another great feature that rolled out here is if I hit the settings button, you now have the ability to do remote power off. You can put your tools into sleep mode. You can wake them up after being in sleep mode, and you can set an auto off feature. So after a certain amount of time, you have up to 10 hours of selection that you can choose to have an auto off for your tools. That way, if you don't want to remember to shut them off, you can just have them automatically go off. But super cool feature, just released this week. Highly recommend doing the firmware update for your existing tools so that you can get these great features in here. This is an exclusive feature that JB Climate Class has. No one else in the industry is doing this right now. So you can also use this in the Measure Quick app as well, and it will match the same way.